What is happening? Jonathan Dunkerley here. You can call me Dunk. And today I was just going to go over some of the ways that I am getting leads that lead to sales, which lead to passive income through things like affiliate marketing, or you could have it for your own offer or whatever you want. But the point is that I am using different strategies to generate different leads that then I could do whatever I want with, including sell affiliate offers, which I really enjoy selling recurring affiliate offers because they are usually things that people need in order to do whatever they're doing, including, in my case, running a business and making money online. And there's a whole bunch of different ways that you could do this. So I use a couple different strategies, and I'm just going to walk you through a couple of them today, just so you can get a better idea of not just how to make money, but really the whole entire process, because it really does come down to leads. So let me quickly share this out into my school. Let's go over here to my school. I got to share the screen again. Ta-da. There you go. I just have a school community. And I actually am launching something else, relaunching something else. I'm just going to do this, but I'm going to share this out real quick. And I just share. Ooh, I got to give it a title. They won't like me if I don't have a title. Just going live. Like that little red dot. So I usually post the link to the live there, as well as my AI profit checklist, which it's just a Google sheet that has a whole bunch of, it's going to load again, of course, that any of the different strategies that I'm using, I just share to that Google sheet, and you can just grab it there. I'm just gonna hit the post button. If you do want to join this school community, it's free. You can go to this URL, click right there. If you know what school is, it's basically like Facebook page groups without the Facebook part, which is kind of nice. But you can go to school.com/wealth on autopilot if you wanted to join. It's completely free. I drop a bunch of resources there. It's pretty casual and laid back. But one other thing I wanted to bring up, though, while I have this page up, is that I'm actually kind of in the past I've had I gotta just go back to the thing. It's not loading. Oh, that's not going. Oh, there it goes. There you go. Let's put that back. I'm just doing it in the browser, so I don't. This is my one complaint about StreamYard, by the way. My one complaint is that it requires you to change tabs. So I'm just showing that this is a Discord. Oh, plane come. No matter what time you hit the live button or hit record, there's going to be a car revving their engine outside the window. There's going to be a plane that's flying low outside, or some people having a really loud conversation right there. No matter what time, it could be in the middle of the night. It could be. It does not matter. It's kind of, tell me if I'm the only one that ever happens to. So it's kind of funny. So point is, I've kind of relaunched my Discord community and kind of geared it towards a little bit more of the topics that I am talking about now. And I wanted to make it as simple as we can. So the only thing that we really have here is a chat. So we see Chris is in there. He's just replied. It's just a brand new chat that I've launched. If you have questions, this is another place that you could kind of reach out and come and hang out with me and just ask questions. Again, there is only a chat. I also will have like an audio channel, but that's mainly if I'm doing like a little presentation or something and I just want to do it this way. Just another way that we could connect. And one thing is, I do have a lot of these things, and just so you know, I'm talking about how to get leads. One of the key things that I do for leads is I create content, and that's the key thing. Create content, and that leads to something like, what is it? It leads to something like a landing page, like this one that I have, which is my AI profit checklist one, which I'll just bring that up. It's my main one that I promote. And if you opt into this, I mean, I promote this URL all over the place on things. Like, I'm going to go over a couple different ways that I get leads. One, like live streaming, what I'm doing right now. That's one lead generation method right now. This is one thing that you could do today to start growing leads that will start growing your email list. And on average, what do they say? Like an email list is worth like what, $1 per email, like a month. Like, so if you have 1,000 emails, the potential is about like, oh, you could, the conversion rates, as long as they're good emails and not just random ones that you threw in a list, which you shouldn't do anyways. You want people to opt in and you want to have targeted. But as people start to grow, like maybe you get 1,000 people. Now, how do you make $1,000 a month online? Well, you have 1,000 people on your email list, and you build up your email sequence, and you start sending out broadcast emails as well. And then those people potentially become sales, that opted in. And, you want to be able to help them while you're doing it, right? You want to actually be able to help them do what you're like what you're doing, basically. Uh, so they go from opting in. And the thing I like about the email strategy is because I can make content. Like I said, one of the streams of leads is like this live stream that I'm doing right now, just right now. So I guess we can call that like the first thing. It would be live streaming is like a super easy way to start getting leads. And I know I could 100% respect that many people don't feel comfortable on camera. I get it. I mean, I believe it or not, I'm actually right there with you. But when you start, you're going to get better at whatever you're doing. It does say you don't want to do that. There's other ways to get leads. I get leads in other ways, and I'm going to continue going over them during this live. Like, so, but an easy way. If you say, "Hey, I don't have anything I have nothing I could do." Yes, you can. You could hit record. You don't want to do a live stream. You could hit record, or you could go live and do what I do is I create some of my own original content, plus I go live, and then I repurpose that live into a whole bunch of different pieces of content as well. And an easy one is just repurposing the live into another upload. So now you're increasing the amount of touch points and leads that you could potentially get, and you don't necessarily even need to just post them on YouTube. So if you do get value out of these videos and me going over these things, just make sure that you smash that like button on this, especially if you're watching on YouTube. And hey, I do post like, let me just double check that it actually worked because I was just testing it because it's the first live. It doesn't look like it did actually, unless it didn't go. Maybe, I don't know if it works on live streams. Actually, now that I think about it, might only work on. I guess it doesn't. I was checking to see if the Me 6 app would post automatically when I go live, but I think it only does it when I go when I upload. So you'll see all the repurpose posts that will show up in this chat as well, if you wanted to see when those videos go live. But as far as the lives, just make sure that you're that you turn on the live streams or that you turn on notifications in YouTube and that you're in the school because I always post them in the school. Cool. But yeah, so I get leads that go from any of the different platforms. And then I use a tool called High Level, which is this one right here. There is a link in the description and on that checklist if you wanted to go through my link. And by the way, one of the things that I'm starting to do, and part of the reason why I'm doing the Discord, is I want to be able to help you set these things up. And I want to do it in a way that's not like overcharging anybody or doing anything like that. So if you ever did need help with any of these systems that I am showing you, I could I'm going to be starting to, it's basically a paid service where you're going to be able to, where I'm going to be able to help you set everything up. So if you go like, oh man, that thing looks complicated. Well, I could help you set it up. And I also offer discounts if you end up going through one of the recurring affiliate products like High Level, for instance, because that way I could charge less and I would end up making a little less at the beginning, but long term, it actually makes me more money if you go through my affiliate link. And then it's in my best interest to make sure you're successful. And you see, I want you to think about the pattern right there. When you're actually being able to help somebody, like how can you help somebody and not charge them much and actually make money? Well, because I like to focus on recurring affiliates. And what I mean by that is there's certain things like I'm going to go look at this checklist that I have, right? So what's a few things like you don't necessarily need High Level, but everybody that has a business needs some form of um autoresponder. So say you're using Beehive, or maybe you're using Kit, which we used to be called ConvertKit. Maybe you're using Active Campaign. Maybe you're using something else. I don't know. Whatever you're using, uh, maybe MailChimp. I don't really like MailChimp, but whatever. You do you. But whatever you're using, you're going to need something. And High Level for me, what I found is that it's actually a really great all-in-one solution for a lot of different things. So as people start to build their businesses out, this solves a lot of those problems that they usually would have to go to a whole bunch of different places for. So if you end up going to that one, I could basically say like, I can help you do this and give things like this checklist for free. And you can go create your own version of this, and I just hosted it on a Google Sheet completely free. And if somebody happens to share this with somebody else, even if they don't opt into my email, if you didn't notice, like when I posted this this live right here, this notification about this live, I just gave this link right here. And this link actually just goes directly to uh, directly to the Google Sheet and not to an opt-in. And why do I do that? Because now I can share with you, I can just give these things to you. And then some people will go through my affiliate links. Like here's a snapshot of my high level funnel. If you wanted to copy it, you could just import it. Then I have a couple other resources. Not every single one is affiliate, like Radar, which is how I syndicate and post to a whole bunch of different places at once. This is an affiliate program. It's recurring. So as people renew every single month, so they need the tool to do the business, like what they're doing with their business, they're going to need to actually renew. So one way that I get those leads, so think about it this way again, it goes, I send people to an opt-in, which is like this. Pretty straightforward, right? It's pretty clear right now. An opt-in, and if they end up giving me their name and email, and even you don't even really necessarily need the name, but I like being on a first name basis with you, right? It's good being on a first name basis. But they opt in, and then they end up into a sequence within high level, and you could have automations built out and a whole bunch of stuff to make this even easier. But once they're in that sequence, they're going to be able to, you have a direct line of communication with them. And what I typically do is if there's an offer that makes sense, that's going to help them, I could then offer it to them. For instance, high level, any business owner needs something like this. If it's not high level, you need to go find something. But I think that this is a better all-in-one solution. And again, if you don't know if this is right for you, it offers a 14-day free trial. Great way to do it. So again, if you're not using this particular one, maybe you already have a solution. Awesome. That's great. You could skip that thing on this list, but you could go and create this for whatever your niche is. Go create your own checklist. Go create your, whatever you're trying to do. And like I use Spotter to help me create like viral titles and things like that. It's a great tool. And there's an affiliate link, and every month that they renew, they cancel, I lose that. It's called churn. And there's some free tools like ChatGPT, which is free, but it also has a paid version, but it's not affiliate. But hey, I want you to make sure that you have access to whatever is the best options. Then there's Canva, for instance. That's a free version that you can get. And there's also a pro version, but I'm not an affiliate for that one, but I still let you know about it. But the point is, like, you can mix in stuff that's not affiliate, that's a free thing, or that has a cost. You can mix it all in. And then first, like Replicate, that's not a clone tool, but I use that for a whole bunch of my tools. If you come right here in my Discord that I have, by the way, if you go to dunkmedia.club if you're trying to find the Discord, or I'll be posting it more in the school if you want to find it. But the only thing is just the chat. If you wanted to go into the chat, you could chat in here right now. There's nothing else that's really going to be in there yet. But I do have these tabs at the bottom where, there's like frequently asked questions, just mostly just sending people to the checklist, which is monetized. And then I have this one. I'm going to be updating this page and adding some more stuff to it. But these are just other affiliate products. But again, it's really just a clone to a certain extent, a clarified clone of the checklist that's being put into Discord. It's what it is. But then I have a resource, for instance, like 50 AI sign images, and I show people how to create these sign images. This is another stream of income, like another traffic stream. So you're saying, how do you do this? Well, I give you example right here. So I use, you can go grab all of those prompts that I used in my AI profit checklist, which it's right here. And I just have a tab, and it would end up going directly to this tab right here, which has all these prompts and also instructions on how to create a reverse prompt and recreate this. And if you're saying, hey, my name's not Jonathan and I'm not a blonde, white guy, whatever, then obvious, cool. Maybe you look different, or maybe you're a different gender. It doesn't really matter. What you do is you just take that and you could just throw that into ChatGPT and have it rewrite it. Or maybe you look similar to me and you just want to change the name. Then with Replicate, it will actually create images. Like here's an example of some thumbnails that I use with that same tool. If it would load. See, some of these turned out good, but I've been using these for thumbnails. It's like all what I have to do is just make a few little tweaks with Canva, and I have this. But point is that I was able to generate that really easily, and I create them like this. But these are images that I created using using Replicate. And also what I did is I found images that were already doing well on things like social media, on Instagram, on Facebook and pages or personal profiles, or it could be the YouTube community tab, all sorts of really cool stuff and like places to find them. But what's this going to do? It's going to get people to comment yes in order to do that. But it's a cool photo, and then I syndicate it to a whole bunch of platforms using Radar. So again, now we've gone over really just two easy methods of getting traffic. And the thing I love about creating images like this is I use Replicate, and I even showed you right here in the thing. I have like a remix prompt where I just paste that in. It's like remix this, and it changes some details in the background. And it doesn't have to be exactly unique every single time. But now I can just remix it, slightly change what's on that board, and now I have all that. And what I did is I actually generated 180 days worth of posts just from just getting a couple of these prompts. You can generate up to 4 at a time if you're not even if you're not using the API. So, like, and here's like one that's the $1,000 a day posts that I do, and I put but these are all generated with AI, and I could bulk output them, and then I could bulk schedule them because of things like Radar. It makes it really cool and really easy to do this. But now, uh, point is that I can share these things pretty easily. And how do I monetize them? Well, this particular video, there's nothing really that I could directly monetize out of like these particular things. But again, what are things that can be monetized? Well, if you're getting leads, you're going to need a CRM which is or like a autoresponder like High Level or whatever you're using. So you could easily, whatever you're marketing, whatever your thing you're selling, you always think about like, what's one thing that I could sell? Like, what's one thing that I could sell to somebody that's trying to make money online or do whatever with your business? Well, they need a way to market whatever they're selling. They need that. It's it's without like no options. That's one thing they will always need is a CRM or an autoresponder. So you could say, I don't have anything to sell. Yes, you do. Like I'm showing you one thing you could sell no matter what your niche right now. This is niche exclusive or not exclusive, opposite of exclusive, exclusive. I'm not a mathematician. Um, but uh, so no matter what it is, you could be selling how to make craft box. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a random thing. I always hear the underwater basket weaving as the example, which is always like nobody's interested in that. It's going to be a super big niche. Just wait for it. But uh, this is always something you need. So what have I gone over real quick already? I talked about how you can get leads by live streaming. You don't believe me? You don't believe that you can get leads with live streaming? I'm demonstrating it literally this very second. There is a pinned link if you're watching this on YouTube that's right there that goes to that URL. Yeah, whatever. I'm not the URL, AI profit checklist. When somebody goes to that, it goes to this page. It's super simple. Don't overthink it. Super simple. I get leads all the time from this, and it's just growing. It's growing. So don't think that you have to like have this one lead system mastered. But what am I doing? I'm using AI as much as possible because AI is just smart automations and I love it. Like anything I could automate, I will do. But now I'll point out this other part. Let me show you this. So we were talking about live streams, and then we were talking about using AI to create image posts. But a third way that you can get leads. So this is something now you can go and edit your own video. Power to you if you want to. I do that as well. But one thing that I was starting to realize was I would spend a lot of time making these videos, and then not as many people would watch them, even though I felt like they were valuable. And if your goal is to make money and help people, I think you should always be trying to help people with whatever your niche is. Mine is helping you basically copy what I'm doing because I just enjoy learning something and teaching it to you. I just nerd out about this stuff, especially AI stuff. And like, um, but you could take AI to repurpose these live streams. And here, I have to switch to a different tab because you can't run this in, let me bring it over here. You can't run this tab. There we go. I'll just bring up the last one that I did, the example. There we go. Ooh, it's lagging a little. Okay, let me just bring that up. I think I figured out a solution on how I could like toggle between things in my Stream Deck. Play around with it. So I'll just show you another, like redo it as a quick example, because I use Descript. If you like Descript, if you see what I'm doing and you're like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that too. You definitely can, and I support it. But let me just show you what I did to repurpose this video. So this was when I use StreamYard to stream. You could also use OBS. It's free. The reason why I use StreamYard is pretty much just a few reasons. Well, one is I could easily bring on guests if I ever want to do a collab. I did one the other day with Alex Kenny, and he was able to come onto my stream. I didn't need anything extra. If you use OBS, there's a whole bunch of workarounds to get that to work, which is frustrating. But so I use OBS StreamYard because of that, as well as I have a 2019 MacBook Pro, which I know I need to go buy another one. I'm just procrastinating. But it's a low, like by today's standards, a slower laptop. So it will easily, it takes a lot of the processing power and puts it in the cloud. And another reason is because I could record also my image separately. But even if you don't do that, you could just record your video locally. So this is like the video that I got from there. But here, let me just create a fresh one just so you get a fresh idea. So I'm just going to create another composition so you know exactly what it's like. And then I'm just going to drag this over here. It already transcribed it, but you see now this video is 1 hour and 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The last version that I had already cut down, I actually didn't cut it down, you know. So I'll just do it fresh. So what I usually do is I just cut the beginning and the end off, delete. And this is another way, because now you have some people are going to watch the live version, some people aren't. So you have another stream of another piece of content that's going to get you leads. So now I just deleted that beginning and end part. Don't worry about that. And then I go over here, see if it gets laggy. I go to Underlord. I click remove filler words. I'm showing you how quickly, the majority of the time, like how quickly this can be done. The majority of what you're working on or what's going to happen is going to be what's going to take you time is just uploading this to Descript. So hit remove. Might take a second for that to load through. And it's going to remove all the filler words. I'll give that a second. But this is the reason why I do this is because now I can, when I plan my live stream, I also plan a re-upload, right? So now that re-upload is going to be another way for me to reach new audience and also get new people to subscribe, like not just subscribe, but also subscribe to my email list. And I think that there's this misconception of like what an email list is. It's not a place to go and spam your audience. It's a means of communication. So I'm going to help my audience do something. I'm going to help them succeed. It's like I'm helping them. That's the whole goal. So if you see now, it's just by taking filler words out, just filler words alone, my video went from 1 hour and 3 minutes to 55 minutes and 45 seconds. So just taking out my ums and things like that. So now I could also just go here and there's a way to edit for clarity. You could do low, medium, or heavy. I usually just do low because I'm not trying to cut out stuff. And then because AI will fill in the gaps, say I mumble or stop too quickly or I fumble over my words and it wants to fix it, what it will do is it will take, if you turn on AI, use AI speech, toggle it on or off, it's going to use this sample of me talking and since I marked this as dunk, it knows that that's dunk. There it is. And I can just use AI to fill it. Like it will actually recreate some words if I messed up on what I was saying and reanimate my mouth. Yeah, so it's it's crazy. So I'm just gonna hit submit and it's going to scan this again and clean it up a little bit more. So now what have I done? Why am I doing this? So you could hang out with me on a live and there's going to be a different experience. And now I could give somebody that doesn't, I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't necessarily even want to watch something as a live. I don't mind it, But if I see that it's a live, I'm like, I missed the live. But if it says that it's uploaded psychology, so you're going to be able to reach a different audience by doing this way. So now you see it shaved off another 5 minutes. Now we went from an hour and 3 minutes to 50 minutes, just like that. Now you could always you're welcome to watch it afterwards. I usually watch the beginning. I'm going to hit the remove, and it's just going to take out everything from the script. And now look at that. Now I have a video that is 50 minutes long from an hour and 3. Now, if you want to watch this, you're going to get the same value that you got from the live, aside from it not being live and us hanging out live together. And always have fun hanging out with you. There's one of those filler words. It's going to shrink it a little bit. Now, what I could do is hit publish, and is it still not showing publish? Oh, it's because it's still generating. Just if that ever happens, where it's like saying it's grayed out, it's still generating the AI speech. So once that's done, there's done now. Now I can hit publish, and it should be, there you go. Now I can hit publish. And here's another reason why you might like this tool. Again, you could also use things like CapCut or whatever you're using. It power to you. However, when you're using those tools, it is using all the processing power on your computer. But I do believe CapCut does have a web feature too, but it's kind of clunky. But it is using all the processing power on your computer. But when you do it this way, it is rendering it in the cloud. And see if I click this, we can see that it's actually rendering it in the cloud. And then if you ever wanted to share this link that's like at the top, like technically you can grab that link, go to it if you wanted to. But now it's going to render it. And when it is done, I'm going to be able to go here to publish and download it, and then use that video as another upload. You change the thumbnail a little bit. I usually come up with 2 alternative titles when I'm doing this. And that way I could have one for the live and one for the upload. And you could just copy this, do it for your own niche, whatever you're talking about. And then also a few other things that are very helpful. Whenever you're ready to upload your video, you can come right here to transcript, or not, subtitles, and make sure that SRT is selected and hit export, and you're going to be able to export these subtitles, and then you could upload them, and they're not just going to be the YouTube auto-generated ones. What's another couple? Real quick, I'm going through a few quick things that you could do. So you got all that. Another one that you could do is if you go to draft show notes, you can click that, and it's going to scan the transcript, and it's going to create something like this, where it's all these different show notes. And because one thing about this, YouTube likes chapter markers, and if you actually put the chapter markers in there, they become searchable on Google. So if somebody finds your upload on Google, they're going to be able to potentially go in and just click on. So maybe one chapter in here answers a question. Google will start to rank that individually. So even if you don't do these manually, put them in anyways. It's going to give you another opportunity of being discovered. You saw how quickly I did that. That there's no excuse not to. No excuse. And if you are looking for titles, you could always use their draft title feature. But I like to go by the method of get all your titles and your thumbnails done before you ever hit record. That's my thing. That's what I believe in. Cool. But so now we've gone over 3 different ways that you could potentially get leads. Already three. So I think I was going to talk about, like 5-ish that I was thinking of, but I probably come up with more. So another way, obviously, is we talked about live streams, repurposing those live streams, and then also creating basically Instagram style 1-by-1 images with AI that have a call to action in them. I'm using the sign one. Just find something that's already going viral or something like that. Here, let me switch back to the other tab. Find something that's already kind of going viral-ish. And actually, I won't switch back to the other tab because there is something in here that I could show you, the next thing. So what I do a lot is I create short form content as well, like reels, vertical reels. So we have live streams, which, by the way, you could also clip these live streams. I record just my face as well, and then the live stream will clip this part. Like it will clip whatever I'm saying. If there's something that could live on by itself, and then that you're not necessarily getting direct leads with that, but what you could do is you could push a lot of energy back to a live stream or a re-upload. And then if somebody watches that short of you, just your talking head short, send the energy back to a live stream or a re-upload, which then what's on the screen right there? What's on the screen right there? I can't even see it right there. There's a URL that leads to a landing page, which then a certain percentage of people will opt in. And again, I'm just saying that there's a landing page, but you could also go to the description of this on YouTube. Now, I'm also streaming to this to X right now because I got a lot of fam on X. I want to make sure everybody hears. Here's all the good strategies. But if somebody's over there, well, you're saying, how is that monetized? Well, I have the link on the screen. I have the link right there. And people, if people care enough to actually get the resource, which I'm giving for free, and I'm telling you exactly how I do it because I do it through affiliate marketing and recurring affiliate marketing. And that's how I can afford to do it for less, because I actually make more long-term than charging a higher amount up front. But, it's me actually trying to help. But so by putting that on the screen, it monetizes it even further, because now if I go to a platform that doesn't necessarily let me pin a link to a chat or put something in the description that you could potentially click, or in the comments or something like that, then, now all what I have is the video playing, and now it's still monetized. People could still go to my email list, and as I'm putting more and more pieces of content out, and all of them are burnt in monetization. And that kind of leads into the next point that I was going to get at. So let me just open this up. Right one. One sec. This is the right one. Open up Descript again. Is this it? Oh yeah, this is the right one. We found it, everyone. We found it. So, boom, 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 boom. I need to share this tab, actually. Share the right one? I think I shared the right one. All right. We're good. We're good. We're all good. Okay. So what I do here is I actually start with ChatGPT, but I generate scripts, and these scripts usually have a couple things in them. They either have they're little short little listicles. If you don't know what a listicle is, I know it might sound inappropriate, but it's not. But they're just lists of things. I can say like AI image tools. So what's one AI image tool that they can look at? Well, I say like there's a whole bunch of resources over at my checklist at aiprofitchecklist.com. That's one place that you can get all these really cool AI image tools, which is true. I talk about them. And then another one that they could do is canva.com, which is Canva is a tool that is kind of like a cloud-based, what do you call it? Photoshop-ish type thing, which uses a lot of AI. And it's a great tool. If you don't use Canva yet, you got to use Canva, even if you use the free version, 100%. And then another one is Replicate, which is how I showed you the images that I created. I cloned my face with them. So the really easy videos here, I can go look at some of the ones that I've already posted, and they're easy to make. So like here's one that I used, the same aiprofitchecklist.com. And then here's a tool, which Sintra AI, which is a tool where you could clone people's, or not clone people's. It's a AI agency where you can create a bunch of AI agents, which I think it's great to have all these AI agents that are coming out. I think it's one of my favorite. I think it's going to completely change the landscape of everything. And the OpenAI, that's another one. So now I just named 3 tools. And that's one thing you could do. You could just keep on spinning this. And like I've done this where I okay, rewrite this script slightly and change the order of the links. That's a completely different video now. Now, all what I do is I have a combination of, there's stock footage that is included directly in Descript. You notice I'm doing all this in one app. It's great, right? I love it. You should love it too. So I put all of these in this one app, and I have like video. I have like I use a lot of the GIFs, which are kind of fun because GIFs make people like they're GIFs for a reason. And then there's also audio, video, however you want. But all what I do really, once I start to build this out, it might take you a little bit longer once you're starting or when you're starting, is I created one project within Descript. And as you can see, I have my clone remix ones, which basically means that I make a copy early on and I drop them in here so I could just remix the script real quick. So thinking ahead, I'm trying to make it as easy as for me as possible and as lazy for me as possible. Like even modifying certain ways things are spelt so the AI speaks them correctly with text to speech. All what I need to do, here, I'll just show you. Um, these are just scripts under this tab, and it's really easy to modify this for yours. Like imagine the same exact thing. Maybe you're not doing AI stuff in your niche, and then I just use 3 because it keeps the video short, but maybe like whatever 2 of the things that you're talking about are either affiliate links that you have redirects to, or just directly to the actual web page if they're, and then one's to a landing page. You're going to start growing your email list. And if you put them on certain platforms, like you could do this on Facebook, through things like pages and stuff like that, you could tell people comment yes to learn more. And then when they do, you could trigger things like ManyChat, which will make things automated. So point is that I'm able to just tweak these real quick and then spin them out and just have a new script that I could just drop in here and quickly drop more stock footage, and then come over here to where I have captions and just drop the captions on, and make sure the levels are good and just watch through it and like, great, perfect, download, ready to post. And again, I use Radar in order to post it to all the different platforms at the same time. Cool. So it's a good alternative, other way to make this. Now you could post these videos to YouTube, obviously. But one thing YouTube doesn't like is if you say you have like 5 YouTube accounts, whatever YouTube channels, you can't just post this same video to all 5 YouTube accounts because it just shows that it's duplicated. You need to make some modifications to each one if you're going to do that. Make sure it's a unique video. But on things like Meta platforms, they're not as grumpy about it. So cool. Like, okay, those are how many have I gone through? So live streaming, repurposing those live streams, and then using like image posts and things like that in order to create like Instagram or Facebook pages, or you could post them on YouTube, the community tab. You could post them on wherever, X. You could post wherever you want. It's just I like the ones with the Radar that I could just post and syndicate everywhere. X, unfortunately, their API is stupid expensive for no reason and no justifiable reason why. So sorry, X, I can't schedule out through that app because I'm not going to pay an insane amount for no reason. I mean, I can go and schedule those things natively directly in X, but that's a whole other scheduling, which kind of defeats the purpose. Fix your API, X. Come on. Twitter, whatever we're calling it. Okay, so now we have the images, and then I showed you how I'm making basically shorts like these super easily. I'll give you a couple examples. So see, these are all things that like either came directly from Descript, or I have kind of like a AI footage vault. I made a lot of this with Kyber. I don't even know how do you say it? Let me know in the comments. How do you say it? It's Kaiber. That's the name of the tool. It's like, how do you pronounce it? So here I have a bunch of different like little images that I created, like cartoony ones, different ones, anime pack, my robot pack. But I use these images too, because why not? They look cool. Look at those. Look at those cool little AI images. They're a little bit less realistic looking, but they still work. But point is that I'm creating a whole bunch of marketing material. And then if on Meta platforms, I technically could post it, the same thing without modifying it more than once. But platforms like YouTube, and I don't know if we're worried about TikTok yet. I guess we'll have to wait a few days to find out if TikTok's still going to be around, at least in the United States. If you're in another country, that still has TikTok, then there. But at the moment, TikTok exists, but we'll see. I think we only have a few more days until it's supposedly going to be banned, but we'll see if it actually ends up happening. But yeah, where are we going? Okay, let me just go back over to the other tab because I wanted to show you another way. So I'm experimenting with a whole bunch of different ways. Oh yeah, I definitely will. Sorry, I'm really bad at finding Discord friend requests. Millennial Money Mom. I still think Millionaire Money Mom sounds so good. Like I think it just sounds right. But let me go. Okay, let me go notifications. I apologize. I'm really bad at doing this. Where is it? I don't see it in here. I don't see a friend request on Discord. I'll deal with it after this live. Sorry. uh, yeah, I need to know people. I know you, but I need to know people before I accept it, and I always ignore that. But uh, awesome. So let me just go and show you one other thing that I am still working on. I'm dealing with one little snafu with it at the moment until I figure it out, all the little details. But let me just share that. Another way to get leads. So there's a strategy that I've been learning from somebody named Chase Rayner, who he's great. If you're trying to figure out ways to generate leads online, he is number one at it. Oh yeah, you agree with me about you agree with me about the name change? I think millionaire. I mean, we could push it to billionaire, but you already get the M and it flows. But I get it. Yeah. You could be a multi. That's another M. Yeah. The name. Like, there you go. Multi-millionaire money mom. I like that. That flows off the tongue really, really well. So let me share this other stream of ink, and let me explain to you again. What are we doing here? Like, what are we actually doing? We're getting leads, and you could sell those leads. Like I explained to you that I get leads from shorts, all sorts of places. I actually syndicate those to like 25 different places. And I should actually increase that, in all honesty. And then I do the same thing for those images, those square images that I put. You could post those on Instagram. You can post those on Facebook pages, personal Facebook profiles, even though there's no real way to automate that officially. There might be a third party way that Facebook will slap your hand over. But, I don't give advice on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But it's all about just getting leads. So I go live, that link on the screen, it captures the email. And you see how you could do this with any niche? Captures the email, puts them on my email sequence. Then that email sequence goes and sells to them or markets to them. And I operate on an ethical side of things. Like, I'm not going to ever try and just like sell people things. Why would you want to burn a lead out right away? I'd prefer to help you. Like, that's why I was explaining what's one thing that every single person needs. Well, everybody that's here, they need leads. They need a way to actually capture those leads, which is why I recommend things like High Level or whatever one you're using. You need some way to monetize or to capture leads. If it's not High Level, whatever you're using, power to you. Just do it. Just whatever you're using, do it. It doesn't have to be High Level. Point is, like, no matter what your niche is, whatever you're teaching somebody, they are going to need that if they're actually trying to create something online, whatever their niche is. If they're teaching people how to, live stream, or if they're teaching people how to, do crafts, 3D print, whatever it is, they're going to need a way to contact somebody, because you may not have gotten this notification from this live, right? You may not have, and that's fine. Like, I'm not upset. We're friends still. I still appreciate your friendship. But it really does come down to a way to capture the leads. And one way that I have experimenting again with Chase, and it's going really well so far. Let me just share this page, make sure everything's good. Just making sure not sharing anything that I shouldn't. There we go. want to share all my personal informations. There we go. So I have a Mac, so I had to run this off of a VPS, which is a virtual private server. So, yeah, running my Windows stuff on here, but it's working really well, by the way. And I'm going to be adding this stuff into my checklist as well. But what this is, just so you understand what this is it is actually collecting contacts, or it's scanning. I did it a way where it was actually going to be able to scrape it, but I'm probably going to actually start buying some of these lists as well, just to experiment. But I wanted to test it first with the actual platform. But what it does is it actually finds websites, and if you see the red ones, those are ones that it found that weren't good. But all the green ones are websites, potential leads. So it looks like there's not a lot, but you see there's 4,090 potential leads from the 16,000. There actually might be even more. Oop. But now once you scan for them, you could check websites, and it's going to actually check them again, make sure that they're all good. But it will check these websites. There it goes. It's checking the rest of them. But what it will do is it will check the websites and see if they have a way to contact the business. And then when you have that, you could send out a message, which you could send out a message to the business and say, hey, I have this solution. So whatever you're selling, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. This is a way for you to get leads. Leads. It's not some sort of magic money button that's going to print out. None of this is. None of it is. Because if you're actually serious about doing something online, it's about growing your business. You need leads. You need ways to actually get people to see your offer. Oh, yeah, I know. There was just let me bring this up real quick. So there was a boot camp going on, but one of the things that in that boot camp, and this was actually Chase Rayner, who's Shineify, he was running a boot camp. It's great. Like I did the first two sessions, but there was so many people that were not. I mean, I was sitting into one of them, and I heard it's basically they wanted a magic money button, which if you're doing anything, I don't understand. Like you could sell anything to any leads that you get, but you could cancel, like you could sell anything to those people, but you still have to put in a little bit of work. And that's why I say do things like automations. Automations can make sales for you. But there's a lot of people that wanted to basically set something up, get leads, and just have the money flow in. Well, you still need to actually follow up and try and make a sale, whatever it is. Now, maybe you're selling, put them directly once they reply, that's an opt-in. And maybe those people are put onto your email sequence, and then you just do your normal email marketing to them, and you sell whatever it is. Like, hey, here's this tool that I use in order to solve this problem, and some people may convert. The more automated it is, the less people will convert. But in all honesty, I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the case long term, because when things are moving towards AI agencies, I feel like a lot of these things are going to be automated far better than they ever have been, as far as like follow-ups and things like that. And you're not going to be able to tell if you're talking to a person or a robot soon. It's still pretty good right now, but not perfect. So what this does, just so I don't get off track, is it finds the page, and then you could end up just sending a message to them, giving an offer, basically, hey, I have this issue. I noticed this issue with your website, or you're not getting enough leads. Let me show you how to give here. I'll give you maybe, you're generating free videos. Maybe say, yeah, I would generate you 5 videos. Maybe your service is you're generating them shorts, and you want to say, hey, I'm generating shorts for people. Here is I'd like to generate you 5 free shorts. If you're interested, and let me know. And if they like it, oh, you know what? You don't actually need to do this. Let me show you the tool that I used in order to do it. I could generate them for you, or I could just sign you up and you could do it yourself. You see how that could work? Like now you've either made a sale up front from doing work for somebody, or you've sold them on an affiliate product. It's all about leads, all about getting leads from basic. It blows my mind how lazy people sometimes could be. They don't want to do the slightest bit of work, but this is going to get you leads. And I scraped these myself. If you look right here, now you can go like, oh, you scraped 16,000 sites and, a little over almost 11,000 of them were marked as bad, but it found 4,241 sites. And now we found, like, on average, like maybe half of them still won't work. Right. But think about it this way. I'm going to be able to now send out a message to a business, which businesses are, in my opinion, better clients than other people. But I'm going to be able to send out at least 2,000 messages to potential leads. Then if they reply, they become both leads in my email and potential clients. And even if they don't become like clients right away, my email list could potentially grow by up to 2,000 people just because of this opportunity. And the thing is, like, there's better lists out there, but I just did this by scraping directly in the software. This is another method of leads. So what have we gone over today? So what things have we actually gone over as far as ways to get leads? Again, I'm going over, like, I wanted to give you a good 5 ways. I actually have more than that. Like, for instance, school is a great way. I send people to school. I get leads from school, email opt-ins and everything. It's great. So I have my 5 that I've gone through so far, I think. So we went over how I get leads from doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm going live. And again, you could tell me, oh man, that's not monetized. All you need to do is look at the screen right now in front of your face, and you can see how it's already monetized, even without me actually showing all the other stuff. This is monetized. This is monetized in my description. This is monetized. Also, obviously monetized because I have ads that go on my videos, but it's monetized, ready to go. And then I'll skip to the other one, but repurposing it using something like Descript to take the video, save it. I stream using StreamYard, and it makes it really easy for me to take that and save it back down to my computer. And I could just drop that into Descript, and within a couple clicks, I can have that video repurposed. Just a couple clicks. It's like that easy. And yeah, I know you're saying that some of these tools, they cost. Cool. Like, I pay $35 a month for Descript, just so you know, $35 a month. And the amount of time it saves me is worth a lot more to me than $35, let me tell you. And say you don't want to do StreamYard, well, use OBS. You have options, but finding the ways to shorten that. Now you could upload it. I create my thumbnails with things like Replicate, which, again, if you wanted to jump into, I have my school, and I think it's going to be ticking at the bottom, but I do have my Discord, which I'm kind of relaunching right now, not to replace the school, but as kind of, there's nowhere that I could have just like one chat feed in school. And I wanted to have that, and also a place where I could just start sharing a bunch of resources and have them a little bit more organized. So it's just right there, like dunkmedia.club if you wanted to jump into the school. But okay, where I get losing traffic. Let me actually bring that up now that I'm thinking about it, because that has the next thing that I'm going to talk about in the Discord. Boop, 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 right here. The one thing I don't like about StreamYard. So cool. So again, this is one of the other ways that I make money with my leads, or actually generate leads that make me money. And I create images like this using a tool called Replicate and storing my model on Hugging Face. And I followed a tutorial by Matt Wolf. So if you do want to come to the Discord, again, it's just dunkmedia.club. I think it's just about to come there at the bottom by the ticker right there. Dunkmedia.club is just going to forward you to the school. And if you go here, then you could see that I have a couple different resources. Just, welcome, start here, a chat if you have questions. You could also post this in the school, up to you. And there's some announcements, and then a little support chat. If you do want to do any kind of one-on-one setup with you, go there. But again, I'm losing the point of what I came here for. But the third way that I create content that I monetize with AI that generates me leads is images like this, and I post them onto things like not school. I could post them on school, but I post them onto things like Instagram, onto Facebook pages, onto a personal Facebook profile. I post them onto my YouTube community community chat or community tab. Can't even speak today. Uh, oh yeah, and Millennial Money Mom, you said, "Do I have any plans for the long weekend?" I honestly didn't even remember it was a long weekend. I honestly, and for anybody who doesn't know, I haven't had a normal job in, so I kind of just take work whenever it shows up or whenever I feel like it. So uh, I didn't even remember that it was a holiday because I haven't had a 9 to 5 self-employed because it's still through like payroll companies and studios. But entrepreneur is better online when I describe what I do online, entrepreneurship, because I'm not trying to be an employee. I'm trying to replace myself so I don't have to work. Like my goal is to get to a point where it's just us hanging out here live and everything else is done by either AI or VAs. That's what I like. Otherwise, you're giving yourself another job. And then at some point, even if this doesn't happen, which I'm happy to do it now. Yeah, it's technically freelancer. I'm an independent contractor. You're right. Millennial money mom, millionaire money mom. Uh, but point what I was getting at was saying that I generate these images using Replicate, and I'm just let me know if you actually like this format that I put in here. And I'm just going to be putting any of these strategies down here under resources. And then I do a lot of Web3 stuff. If you don't know what that is, like crypto DeFi stuff, but I don't ever talk about it too much on this channel because I feel like it will mess up the algorithm. And there's a lot of people that don't understand. I'm not one of those people that like pushes that stuff too much. What's up, Ian? Wealth Rush. Great to see you. I'm just going over different strategies or different traffic methods in order to get leads to make income. I've already gone over what I'm doing right now, live streaming, repurposing those live streams, and now I'm going and using tools like this, like with Radar. And where'd that tab go? Where do you run off to? Tab. There it is. And I generated a whole bunch of these in bulk. I generated like 6 months worth. It's great. Got it all done. But if you do like the format that I have right here, I'm going to clarify it, try and make it a little bit more straightforward and easy to understand. But I want anybody to come over to this side tab and basically say, oh, the 50 AI sign images, click that and have a blueprint on how to copy me. Because that's what I want you to do. And again, you may have a different niche and you may have a different type of image, but the concept is exactly the same. And if you did want help setting this up, you could always hit me up in support and I could arrange a one-on-one. And that is a paid thing, by the way. So it's either going to be paid or if there's an affiliate opt-in that we can work out an arrangement, but usually a paid thing. So just be aware. But I'm going to continually add these down here. It's basically going to be somewhat of a copy of what's here, but I have different tabs along the bottom here in the AI profit checklist. Oop, where you go? And this way people can have a little bit more organization within Discord, basically. Cool. And if you like that, let me know. So what was the next thing? This is why I got to write things down. What did I go over? So I went over the live stream repurpose, these images, and I went over what was the fourth thing that I went over? I can't even remember. I don't remember. But the other one was contact forms. The fourth thing will come back to me. How could I forget how I get my leads? I don't remember. This is part of being live. But then the last one was contact forms. And again, if you don't know what contact forms are, it's either scraping or you can put in your other lists, and it's sending cold messages to businesses. And then those cold messages end up going on your email list, or you could have a direct conversation with them. but it's basically cold outreach. But the thing is, like, you could do this manually. Power to you if you want to do that manually, but you're able to automate that and do it automatically, and nobody knows the difference. And now you could just take those leads that were done automatically, generated automatically, put them in your email sequence, and just reach out to all of them. That's literally all you need to do. And it doesn't need to be this complicated, like, oh, oh man, I just did this and now I have another 300 leads and I don't have time to do it. Well, there's an email sequence. There's automations that will help you with that. Yeah, maybe the conversion's not as good, but answer this to me. Like, is it better to have some conversion, some leads that actually convert into, actual higher end sales, or is it better to have some and have your time back? It's up to you. Or you could hire somebody to go through those lists if you wanted to. But hey, automations. That's why I push things like High Level or whatever tool, some sort of CRM, something to actually automate these things for you. I think it's very important. Cool. What was the fourth thing? Darn. Oh yeah, I remember the fourth thing. Gosh, my brain's dead. Was making short form content, vertical vertical short form content that that has a call to action to a landing page in some point in that video. In my case, I do the AI profit checklist, which leads them to this page. Very simple. Grab your free AI checklist right here, and it will send them into an autoresponder sequence, which the first thing that they get. And I also share this regularly. I share this in school. I share this in the Discord. I share this in my email sequence, but I just give this list out because it's monetized. There's a whole bunch of ways. I get people that come through my High Level link, and every time that somebody comes through that High Level link, it's going to actually create a recurring commission for me. So it's in my best interest. And whatever the thing is, the reason why I point out High Level, it's an easy one to start with because they're going to help close people. They have their own service. They're going to deliver the service, and everybody needs a CRM. Everybody needs an autoresponder if you're doing business online. Everybody, without exception. Otherwise, you have a hobby, by the way. If you don't have a autoresponder or CRM, you have a hobby. That's simply all that it is. And if you're telling yourself anything else, you are wrong. Sorry. But there we go. So there we go. Okay, so you can go through this list, and if certain things would work for your business, just take them and just take those things and swap out your own affiliate links unless you want to promote mine. I prefer you promote your own thing unless you really want to promote my stuff. It's fine. It's up to you. But all of these are just simple links to recurring like we're talking about Descript, easy AI edits. If you want to repurpose things the way that I do, now I have monetized, grown my email list from all those 5 different ways that I just told you. So I grow my email list, and in those email lists, it's going to send them to this document that is going to send them to my affiliate links, which then I get a recurring commission. So as long it's in my best interest to make sure that they're successful with whatever I'm teaching. In my case, it's how to get leads and make money with AI and different tools like that. But it's really about getting leads, showing people how to get leads. And all of those things that I just told you about are different ways to get leads. And some people are going to sign up through my link. You can grab this and technically just say, Jonathan, I'm going to go and Google High Level and go through anything, and I hope you're the best. But some people aren't going to do that. Some people are going to go through this. And if you're thinking about how do I have my life back? How do I have my time back? Is you need to have ways to make money even when you're not actively trying to make money. So the idea is that, yeah, some people are going to cancel your High Level or whatever your tool is, but some people aren't. So as long as you have these things in motion, growing your email list, growing your leads, then it's going to increase the amount that you're going to be getting every single month, because even if some people cancel, you're going to be able to increase the amount that's signed up. Even technically, as long as you keep it flat, you're going to make the same amount of money either way. Again, I'm not giving you direct advice or financial advice on that, but I hope that you understand the strategy behind it and why this is such a powerful way to get leads and just really be consistent with it. So cool. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out. I usually try and keep these to about an hour. I'm going to be going live again tomorrow. And again, I want you to go and check this channel out tomorrow, and you're going to notice something. You're going to notice that there's going to be a re-upload of this video tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to create additional leads just from taking this video that was already created, that I created live with you, showing you these 5 different ways that you can get leads today. Like some of these things you could instantly do, like the whole system with creating like the website contact forms. You can get started with that today, and that actually is probably one of the best ones, in all honesty. Or, you know what? It's like that's a big learning curve. I bet you have a phone. You probably could record a video or something like that, you know, and then post it on the internets. Throw yourself a landing page right there. It's gonna be great. I have faith in you. I know you could do it. So whatever it is, whatever your method to go grab some leads or create some content, grab some leads, just get started. That's my biggest advice. So again, thanks for hanging out with me. So go keep earning passive income and keep making money online, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.